We're going to be looking at completing the bank statement and reconciliation, which is just where we try to match up what we say is in the bank and with what the bank says is in the bank. And then we're going to record the bank service charges. And so when we get a bank statement, one of the things we have to do is we have to take and balance that bank statement against what we say has come through. And the bank statement is going to show all the different deposits and withdrawals that have been done. And it is a canceled check when it clears the bank. So this is a form of the reconciliation page. On the left-hand side is going to be looking at it from the bank's side. And on the right-hand side is looking at it from on the left-hand side is from our check stubs, and the right-hand side is from the bank statement in this form. And so the bottom two numbers should always match. You're going to have any service charges put over here on yours where it's deducted. You're going to deposit any outstanding deposits that may have come through after the bank statement was processed. You're going to add that to your bank statement balance, and then you're going to subtract any checks that may have not cleared yet. And those two balances should be the same. And then when we record the bank statement or the bank service charge on the stub, you're going to leave everything else blank. We're not going to fill in anything because we do not know, we have not written the check. But we're going to put the balance brought forward, which is the previous bank statement balance, or was our previous check stub balance, and subtotal it because we're not adding a deposit, service charge and the amount, and subtract. And when we journal it, it's going to be miscellaneous expense that gets the expense and cash that goes down. So miscellaneous expense is the debit and cash is the credit. And it will give us a notice of what memo is for that journal. List for a reason why a depositor's records and a bank records may be different. So let's think about what the 4 different ways are. I want you to name one and on the Ed Puzzle. The service charge may not have been recorded. Outstanding deposits or outstanding checks. And the depositor may have made a math or recording error. If a check mark is placed on a check stub of each canceled check, what does the check stub with no check mark indicate? It indicates as an outstanding check. So let's now look at the on your own problem. We are going to be looking at the work together problem. And the first thing we're going to do is do the reconciliation. And so the date, it says to use August 29th of the current year. So I just use like this. And so the next thing is I'm going to go ahead and start on the left-hand side. It says a balance on check stub, and it says number. So we go over here and we look, and we see the number is 309. Oops, separate. And the balance was 2,822. And the balance on the bank statement was $2,712. Okay, we're gonna look at any bank charges. And there's a bank service charge, so service charge. And the amount is $20. And the total bank charges was $20. And we're going to deduct bank charges, so when we deduct $20 from that, it becomes $2,802. Now we're going to look for any outstanding deposits. So for the date of August 28th, we had an outstanding deposit of $300. And so the total outstanding deposit, since there's only one thing, it just is $300. Now we're going to total those two together, so we're going to add them up, which gives us $3,012. Now we're going to look for any outstanding checks, and so we have check number 306 for the amount of $140, and we have check number 308 for the balance of for the check amount of $70. So I'm going to add those together, and I come up with $210. We're going to subtract those, which gives us $2,802. Next thing is we need to record on our check stub the bank service charge. And so the balance brought forward is a balance on check stub 309, which was $2,822. We didn't have any extra deposits, but we do have a service charge of $20. And so I'll put 20. What if I just subtotal that? That would be 2822. Now we're going to subtract those, $2,802. And we stop there because we have not written anything on the check. So the top part stays blank because we have not written a check. And the last two lines will stay blank. Now we need to journal the transaction. We're going to use Memo 77 as our reference. And the service charge is $20. So we know 20 is going to go in both those two places. And the date, what date did it say? It said August 29th. And we have our two different accounts, and the first one is our miscellaneous account. And you'll see that miscellaneous expense is under the expense category. And we had it for $20. And the other thing that's going to change is our cash, as our cash was deducted. And we're going to go ahead and go on, and y'all can do the next one on your own, and then do the application problem.